Chief Collection Launch Invitational presented by ESL. Golden Boy and Bravo here as we're going to be calling the action for STK facing off against VwS Gaming. Super pumped about this matchup. It's going to be a good one, Bravo. I mean, you know, again, just when we had the first matchup of the day, which was the Agency versus Optic Gaming, we knew we were in for a treat. Definitely saw some good stuff there from Believe the Hype in their matchup against Purple Rain, but now this is where we're going to get into the meat of this tournament here with these next two matches coming up.
Yeah, these next two matches, match 3 and match 4, are going to be pretty big and, of course, determine the lower half of that winner's bracket. Excited to see, of course, this match, though. I think I'm most excited about, out of the two, about this match. Like you said, VwS, a team that came off of our second place at the last tournament, so you can bet that they're coming here trying to win, right? But right. STK has a lot to prove, right? They brought back a team name from more than 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, man. Cool.
A team that is legendary, STK, with a lot of tournament wins and success back in the Halo 1 days. So to bring back that team name, Ogre 2 must be pretty confident. Of course, Ogre 2, the team, Heinz, the team captain there, and he has selected Ogre 2, Snakebite, and Royal 2 to go with him into battle.
Yeah, when the announcement was made, I thought it was actually pretty funny that you actually noted it. You were like, you know, people are going to notice that Ogre 2 is not here, and there's a reason for that, because he's already been chosen.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You had to highlight that right away.
I did, yeah. I mean, Ogre 2, of course, one of the most legendary players in the history of competitive Halo, and Heinz right away picked him up. This team was actually a team that was announced a while ago, kind of officially, as the team that they would be competing with in the Master Chief Collection and Halo 2 Anniversary. So, of course, excited to have them here, but it's not going to be an easy match for them against VwS, who is now looking to turn that second place at the last tournament into a first place here at the Launch Invitational.
Oh, yeah, VwS Gaming, you know, you mentioned it, right? They were the runner-up at PAX Prime, came up short there, but there you can see the boys, Nade, Legit, Goofy, Mikwin, obviously out for blood, and they want to get right back to that grand finals, and at the same time, you know, take it a step further, you know, take it home, take it all the way for the VwS organization. But it's going to be tough, man. STK definitely has a lot of you know, slaying prowess, a lot of talent on that squad. This is going to be an intense matchup, and of course, guys, just to give you the rundown, we're going to be kicking off Game 1. In case you guys don't know, it will be 5-flag CTF, multi-flag CTF. Game 2 will be Team Slayer on Lockdown, and if necessary, Game 3 will be King of the Hill on Warlord. So again, you know, we have we saw how the Agency and Optic Gaming played. You know, the first matchup on CTF was really all about holding those side positions here. And I'm assuming we're going to see the same thing again. But if you had to tip your hat in the favor of one team over the other in this in this game type, who would it be and why?
You know, I think in 5-flag CTF on Warlord, I really need to give it to VwS here, and there's a few reasons why I say that. From left to right here, you're looking at I think Goofy on your screen right here, as well as joined by Naded in that middle chair. He is the team captain, Legit, and Mikwin down on the far end. This roster, I think, as I said, they not only can they play this match very quickly, can they play with the speed that you need to win a Warlock flag game, but also, you know, this is a roster that's been together since the past event, right? They've played Halo 2 Anniversary before, and they're ready to go, and they're ready to go here at this tournament. You know, STK, I have a lot of confidence in that roster. I think they're very strong, and I think they can make some noise in this tournament, but specifically on Game 1, I'm expecting VwS to come out of the gate and put themselves in a good position to win that trophy right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you, man. You know, again, dropping back to the community and what everyone's been saying, you know, there was a lot of talk of it being an Optic Gaming STK final, right? And I felt like so many people were just selling short VwS. You know, they have all the capability, right? They proved it at PAX. It was just, you know, Optic Gaming or EX at that time, they were just playing at another level, right? Now I feel like VwS and been, again, watching a lot of the streams and seeing these guys play, and, you know, they definitely feel a lot more confident coming into this one. But then, you know, when you think about STK, though, and how they've also been, you know, kind of prepping for this, and the confidence that they have to form this team a while ago, you know, for Halo the Master Chief Collection, definitely kind of shows the, you know, how they're looking at each other as a team, right? And STK, while VwS could potentially thrive in this one, I could easily see STK taking that Team Slayer lockdown. I mean, if VwS isn't careful.
Oh, certainly. I mean, VwS needs to take this team very seriously. One thing I'm very curious to see, VwS, a roster historically very intense team, right? Once you get Nated and Goofy talking, they will not stop talking. Their communication is quite good, and it suits their play style very well. I'm curious what we're going to see on the STK side, though, right? In terms of intensity in their communication, we'll see if they can hold it together and put up a fight against this VwS team.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, guys. The map is being loaded right now. We are about to get this one going. VwS versus STK. Winner will move on to face against the winner of Straight Rippin' and TCM Gaming. That matchup's going to be coming up next. But those guys definitely ready to go. The confidence is there for everyone. Looking for Legit to go huge as well. We haven't really spoken a lot about him, and I think he's another player who could just show up at any point in time. This is going to be an epic matchup. Oh, it's going to be good. I mean, that's a great point. Legit and Nated together, of course, players who have been playing together for a very long time since their Halo 2 days, and they're back, of course, on the 10-year anniversary playing again. So we'll see if they're able to do it in this match. We're ready to kick off the action right now. We're starting off with Ogre 2 on STK. We're here with Multiflag CTF on Warlord. You're watching match 3 of Winners Bracket Round 1, STK facing off against VwS. Ogre 2 now, obviously one of the greatest to play the game here. I had to kick it off with him because I wanted to see what he was going to be bringing to the table at the beginning. Now he's going to be looking around the middle of the map here as there is going to be some pressure. Oh, wait a minute. Ogre 2 going to have to drop back just a little bit here. But there's going to be some pressure coming over from that red side. Let's go ahead and jump over to Royal 2 now, who has a good vantage point on Goofy. He's looking to get that solid 4. That's going to be a killing spree, as a matter of fact, for Royal 2 as he finally gets taken out. Yeah, he gets that touch as well. Doesn't look like Heinz is in a position to jump top mid to run that flag, though, so that might be a dead flag. We'll see if they're able to get a grip on that. Now Heinz trying to move there. He does have 3 seconds. I might be wrong, and he's going to get that touch. Amazing timing there. Heinz gets that to his plat right now. We'll see if now anyone is in position to continue to run that flag. Yeah, it seems like Royal 2 could be. That's going to be a double kill, though. Royal 2 looking to put this flag in. STK, can they do it? Yes, they do. And that's going to make it 1-0. STK taking the lead. Yeah, right there now picking up this shots. Ooh, Goofy with nice shots on Royal 2 will take him out. We'll go ahead and now switch over to the VwS side. We'll see what Nated is up to off of the respawn now. Portaling through. They're down to an early deficit. And like we said, if VwS does not really take this match seriously, now they could fall down pretty quickly. Ogre 2 with another flagpole. VwS now getting challenged from top mid. Now Nated playing the portal game and trying to stay alive. He does get taken out, though. Yeah, there's not much he could have done there as we switch over to Goofy now, who is looking to actually defend that flag, and he is going to get that return. So that's going to be huge. But there's going to be a player inside the blue base, though, and that's going to be Goofy for the stop, hitting him with the melee, and that will pretty much stop any run that they could have had inside of the blue base for the red team. But still, 1-0. That is a glaring number there to see so early into this matchup, Bravo. Yeah, I got to say, one thing I just saw from Ogre 2 that I loved, he was weak in that vent when Goofy lifted up. Still managed to get the melee on Goofy. That's a huge play. Could be a sign of things to come from Ogre 2. Yeah, and that flag's going to get thrown around to the left side here. Migwin's actually going to be near the vicinity to potentially make something happen, but that could just be a throwaway flag. And there's going to be Heinz there around the corner with the Sentinel beam. That's the first I think we've seen it so far, trying to do some damage to that thing. Of course, that can melt the shields of your opponent pretty quickly. He did try to use that, potentially team it with a melee attack right now. Heinz tosses that flag out. It looks like Migwin going back and forth between the BR and the Sentinel beam and trying to stay alive on his own base right here. Oh, but Migwin is going to get picked off before he can even use that Sentinel beam. Now Legit, though, is on the prowl in the top, but we got to switch over to Ogre 2 to see what's going on with him, because Ogre 2 actually finding 2 players up top. Goofy's going to get picked as Ogre 2 will drop back, and he's just shoots Snakebite, who was coming through the portal at the same time. He made it so he couldn't actually pour it through. Now might try to lift up here. It might just also use the nade jump. Lifts up through the vent. Now challenging in. Looks like a player is waiting for him here on the enemy flag. Picks up that kill on Legit. A nice job to clear the path for a potential flag run. Yeah, Ogre 2 is going to drop that flag down, and he's oh, there is going to be a player right behind him. There's going to be Migwin, but Ogre 2 able to overcome that one. And that was huge there. Flag is going to be around 6 seconds before it will return back to the base. Goofy over by top yellow platform, as he's going to have to abandon that one. The flag goes right back. Nated, though, has that flag in hand. He will get taken out. Flag's going to be down presently, but Ogre 2 is just running around this map, and he's having his way with this VwS team. Yep, right now that flag does reset, so both flags back at home. Ogre 2 trying to figure out, looks like a lack of communication there, trying to figure out what's going on back home. I'd love to see what's going on with the VwS roster. We haven't gotten to take a look too much at Migwin just yet. He does get taken out, but we'll go ahead and see what Goofy's doing. Looks like 4 players down, actually. We tried to show the VwS roster, but all 4 were dead. Nated is the first player up, and that flag is being ran by Camo. VwS in a tough spot. That flag is now being ran in. We'll see if anyone
on the STK side is in position to run it in. It looks like Snakebite is going to be that player now, going to grab it right off the spawn and go ahead and grab that. Now they go up 2-0. STK with a great lead here over VwS just a few minutes into the match.
You could just tell the control that STK has in this game, Bravo. VwS has not been able to set up properly, and every time it seems like they go for a push, they don't have that guy that's going to be there for the support to be able to, get a couple stops, cut off a couple of the routes some of these guys are going to be taking here. So now the flag is going to be down yet again. STK looking to make this one happen. Goofy's going to be right in front of him, and that's going to be 7 seconds left before it returns, but they have players around there, so they should be able to get that flag, or at the very least touch it. And no, they're actually going to let that one drop back. So, and why is that? Is that just because they knew that they just did not have position?
Right, yeah, especially with a 2-0 lead, Golden Boy. Sometimes you don't want to risk that map control, because on a map like Warlord, it's actually possible for the enemy team, should you lose map control, to do back-to-back captures. If they kill you and then kill you one more time off of the respawn, it can mean bad things. So generally, when you have that 2-point cushion, all you want to do is maintain map control and keep that a priority.
Yeah, well, let's see what's up with Naded, as he's going to be at a quarter shields now. Nade's flying in all over the place, waiting to see if he can get that, and he has to get this flag, and he does manage to do so. So he's going to have a full shield, running to this one, taking shots, still almost there. Now he's going to have no shield as he gets picked off, and the flag is going to be returned here. That is unfortunate for VwS.
That is a very big return there from the STK side, and actually Royal 2 is now in position to run this flag, trying to stay alive in the vent. He has tossed the flag out towards the enemy's vent portal. We'll see if he can try to continue this run. It looks like even strength of both teams. Finds 3 players there. No chance for him as he gets taken out, and a nice rally back by VwS to put on the pressure, making sure a 3rd flag capture doesn't happen.
I got to talk about Ogre 2, though. He has camo and he has the flag, and you mentioned it before, camo being so important on Warlord. So he's going to continue to put some shots down. But look at the pressure, though, is he's actually going to have to drop back from this one. Camo definitely going to play to his advantage.
And look at that. He can continue to toss that flag out, Golden Boy. As we talked about earlier, being a pain in the neck in the enemy's base and continuing to toss the flag out in each direction constantly makes them turn back towards their base. They cannot go on the offensive when you have a player like Ogre 2 doing that. And with the 2-kill cushion, he has that luxury to kind of just keep being a pain in the neck in the enemy's base.
Yeah, and it's very agitating, right, as a player, when you see that flag go down, and in your head you're just like, come on, right? And like, at that point you just have no control. You have no control if you're allowing the other team to just get into the base so easily, and no one's able to call that one out. But Naded, though, with that flag, he's actually going to get the jump, and this is going to be a cap, and yes, it's going to be 2-1, as VwS will be able to answer back here, but they're still going to be down by 1. They have plenty of time to work with.
Yeah, right now only down 2-1. So if we actually look at the clock, looks like just over 8 minutes left before we'd hit that sudden death mark. Of course, at the 15-minute mark, if one team is leading, the game will end. At the bottom right of your screen, you can take a look at the game timer, currently listing 23:02. That's your indicator, and that lets you know how much time is actually left in the match. And right now, finds a camo player, might take him out. Oh my goodness, and Naded punishing Hines, trying to lift up with that camo. As I said, Golden Boy, when you have the camo, you need to put it to use. You need to maximize its potential, and anytime you waste it, that could change the result of the game.
Yeah, Naded's taking a lot of fire, though, from the side, as he's going to have to abandon that position, sending nades out as he looks over across on top green platform and seeing what's going on here with, who is this, with Hines. Hines for the STK team. No, he's going to get picked off. Jumping back over to McWin. He gets taken out. And I'm going to stay with VwS here just because I want to see what they're going to be doing. They're on the hot seat right now, Bravo. They're down 2-1. They have time to work with here, but they have to make moves and they have to establish that control early on.
Right, and here's Legit, a legendary Halo 2 pro. He's returned for Halo 2 anniversary. We'll see if he can help his team rally back. That flag is out, but he does get taken out. That's okay. Goofy is in a position to continue the run. He has a little bit of help from Naded. He might try to lift up here. Tosses the flag up into the flag. That puts it in the flag area. Naded is about to cap, and Naded does land the cap, and they tie it 2-2. 21:57 left on the clock. Amazing stuff there from Goofy. He tossed the flag up into the flag area, put it in the perfect place for Naded, who runs it in. That's a classic Warlock move.
That was such a great play there, and you could tell that communication between the two teams. That's exactly what you wanted to see if you are a VwS fan. So Legit taking some fires. He's going to jump back, but Goofy, we're going to stick with him because he has been a playmaker here in this matchup. Finding Ogre 2 across map, and he's taking fire from behind as he's going to be at about a quarter shield and will get cleaned up by Hines.
STK now running that 3rd flag. We'll see Snakebite top middle. We'll see if he can get that across the map right now. Tossing perfectly, landing on the shields. He finally does get taken out. Is anyone on STK in position to touch this? And it's Hines. We'll see if he can grab it. He has camo. Does not get the touch, though. Looks like Royal 2 now will switch over to him.
Goodness.
And he gets taken out. That was, for a moment, 4 players down for for STK. Of course, now Nated running that flag. He gets the return. Now Nated running this flag. This is what we saw last game, and that flag actually drops. Unfortunately, Nated accidentally drops bottom middle. That's going to put a lot of pressure on and make it a lot more difficult to run this flag.
Yeah, and there goes a sentinel beam. That is awesome, as Ogre 2 is going to be the victim there. Nated is going to be able to pick up this flag, and
he uses the flat route. That's an interesting choice. Might get taken out here, and that flag is going to stay. Let's see if it actually skipped all the way across. Is there anyone in position on the VwS side? And yes, it might be Legit, who's now waltzing his way to the flag. No. He gets taken out, and it looks like now Mikwin is the last hope if we want to switch over to that first grade. He gets taken out, though, right now. No, excuse me, but that flag is returned, and he gets taken out. Now, on the other side, STK in a position to counter cap.
This is insane because, you know, VwS put all their, marbles into that one, and it was just unfortunate for them that they were not able to capitalize on it. So looking around to see what's going on, we're going to stick with VwS here to see what they can do. Of course, 2-2 right now. Definitely not what STK, had in mind, because they had some great control at the beginning of the game. Big window, can't quite. Oh, that was actually a trade.
Nice trade there. Both players landing perfect 4 shots to eliminate one another. That shows you the skill level that we have here at the Launch Invitational. Staying on board with Mikwin off the respawn. We'll see if he can get his team a lead here. As you said, Alex, they were down 2-0 at the start of the match. They've quickly rallied back and brought it back to an even playing field.
That's right. So looking here to see what's up with Nated. He's putting some long-range shots into Royal 2, who legit managed to pick up. That's going to be a kill on Ogre 2 again. And pre-nating those, those teleporters there. Snakebite, he tries to challenge. That's going to be a headshot for Nated. And they're just continuing to push forward here. It seems like this could be the run for them. Nated, if he gets this kill, this will be huge for him. Having to back up. Royal 2, smartly enough, able to stay alive. Those nades flying in, jumping all over the place. Nated will get picked off, as there's going to be, I believe, 2 down right now presently for VwS.
Yeah, right now, let's go ahead and see what Hines is up to on the STK side as he picks up 1 kill, trying to stay alive, trying to get his team back in a position to get their lead back. They had a really strong start here, and what I was worried about, if you are STK, is you need to maintain the pressure throughout the match, right? You can't let up. You cannot let the VwS roster get back into this right now. As Nated trying to lead a flag run across the map, he's stopped right now. Nice route there to stay alive in the vent area. Going to try, but he finally does get taken out, and it looks like no one on VwS in a position to continue that run, so it might be safe for STK to continue to just look for map control rather than get the return.
Yeah, we'll stick with Nated off the respawn to see what he's going to do. Of course, both flags are going to be on the respective side of the bases here. Time's going to be dwindling down in regulation play. Nated, though, he actually saw one of the players there, again, just absolutely demolished with grenades, and Nated just continuing to look around. But look at this, though, the pressure coming from the teleporter.
Unfortunately, yeah, it gets pinched there. Just bad timing there, unfortunate for Nated as he pushed out. And we'll go ahead and see what Snakebite's up to. We haven't spent a lot of time on his POV. I want to see how he's anchoring his team here. As I said, Royal 2 and Snakebite, my 2 X factors here. They have the potential to take this team very far in the tournament if they are on fire. Finding players at the green base while he tosses to yellow. A nice play there. Might try to run this, but it is down near the vent. Not in the best position to try to run it. As he sees Goofy across the map right now, picking up another kill, and looks like still hesitant to run this, but it looks like they're actually waiting because Royal 2 has the camo. And now Hines running this flag back. We want to switch over to Hines. He's about to bring this flag in right now, and that's going to be 3-2. STK takes the lead with just a little bit left in the match, putting the pressure on VwS.
That flag was grabbed and just ran right into the teleporter as soon as possible. Smart play out of Hines there as we stick with him, and now that flag is going to get thrown down. They're hoping to see if they can cause a little bit of a distraction, a little bit of a ruckus inside of the red base. 1 player there for the blue team. That's going to be Goofy. Flag is going to be picked up, but Legit is going to be able to. Yes, he gets the kill there on Hines. Ever so close, though, as Legit has it.
Let's switch over to Lit. He hit that back by that perfect assassination.
This is huge.
Oh my goodness, might be able to capture VwS. He's taken out. We'll see if anyone's in position.
Wow.
And no one will get returned right there. VwS almost making an incredible play as Legit gets the sneaky portal back whack with the flag, but just a second away from capping. Score stays at 3-2 in favor of STK.
2 minutes left on the clock here for VwS. If they are not able to do this, STK will win it in regulation play. Over 2 long range, Legit going for the challenge, and he's actually going to get the assist there. Now you can see once again that pressure is going to be on. That's going to be 2 down right now for STK. This is going to be huge.
It doesn't matter. Legit missed that jump, but they clean up the 3rd kill. Now 3 down on the STK side. They're in position to run this flag and potentially tie the game. Only a minute and a half left for them to do so before we'd hit that sudden death mark.
This is a pressure-filled situation. Flag is going to be in the hands, I believe, of Goofy. Goofy. No, of Mikwin. I stand corrected. Mikwin
oh,
trying
that flag
to
is down. We'll see. Oh, no, as a big return from Ogre 2. Legit was doing an incredible job holding down his side of the map. However, the rest of the VwS roster was unable to do so. That flag returns now. We have just over a minute left in regulation.
That's right. World 2 able to take out Naded. And Naded off the respawn. You know, these guys know that the pressure's on. 1 minute left on the clock for them to be able to do anything here. And we saw this happen actually before, I believe, when Optic Gaming was able to cap that flag. But then it ended up occurring that, you know, the agency were able to capitalize right away. So let's see if this is actually going to be the case. Goofy's going to be the player to watch here, as he is going to have the flag presently.
Oh, no, it didn't quite know which way to go. That might have cost him an extra second. Going to try to jump up, but that flag is down. Looks like we'll see if anyone is able to run it. Another player gets taken down. Mikwin now with the flag. He tries to toss the flag up. We'll see if anyone can do it now. Naded is in a spot to run the flag, and Naded able to cap that. They tie it up with only 30 seconds left. We are tied at 3. VwS able to secure that flag, but that flag is now being ran by Legit again. Somehow, Legit was ready to run that flag again now, and he's at green base. We'll see if they can turn this. That'd be an amazing double cap if they did, Golden Boy.
Yeah, that would be nuts, but those nades are going to be flying into green. Hines is actually going to go for the challenge here, and Hines will win that battle against Naded.
That was big. Hines winning that battle, trading with that player was very important. He does have help from Mikwin, though. They're going to try to run this flag in. We'll see if they can do so. Right now, Legit is alone. We'll see if he can run this flag up. Somehow staying alive. Manages to jump up to the platform, avoiding the grenades, and he has help here. Finally gets taken out, and now we'll see if anyone on VwS is able to run it, but I think that flag actually has returned on both sides. Yes, both flags are back, Golden Boy. VwS almost pulling off an insane double capture to win the game. However, both flags now back at home as these teams will reset.
This is, again, I knew that this was going to happen. These two teams are hungry for a victory here, especially with VwS at PAX Prime. Legit, though, unfortunately, is going to get meleeed, and switching over to Ogre 2, who's actually low on shield, so we may see if he tries to stay alive here, but if there's one person who can, it is Ogre 2. And look at that, back to full shields, looking for the challenge again, finding one. Is he going to do it? No, he's going to get back whacked from behind there. That's going to be unfortunate for him, jumping over to Snakebite.
Yeah, Snakebite right now with full shields, holding down one of the side bases, catches Mikwin off guard. Love that play, picks up that clean 4-shot kill.
That's right.
Going to try to get man advantage here if he can, and those nades are coming into the vent. Needs to stay alive to be an anchor on this side of the map. As I've been saying earlier in the tournament, it's so important that you hold down those side bases. Those are essentially a secondary objective alongside the flag. You want to hold those side bases. Once you do so, you can really lock down map control.
Yeah, so look for Snakebite to try and get control there yet again. Legit, though, off, actually getting picked off or getting a couple shots into him from Snakebite. Off the respawn there, and those nades just blinded all over the place. There's just nothing he could have done there as we switch over to Ogre 2.
He gets taken out.
He gets picked. World 2 gets picked. That's going to be 3 down right now, as Legit is going to have the flag. But no, he's going to get picked off. But his teammate's going to be there. And who has the flag right now? No one. It's actually just sitting there.
That's right. That flag just happens to be down next to the portal. However, no one on the VwS roster in a position to run that just yet. And we'll see if they can do it. But also, STK now pulling the flag as well. Ogre 2 moving the flag across the map. We'll see if he can stay alive. Nades flying in. He stays alive somehow in the grenade area. Oh my goodness, and it gets the stick right there. And he gets taken out, but we'll see now what Royal 2 is up to with that flag still out. Now both flags have reset. Once again, back at home. Ladies and gentlemen, we told you Warlord's flag is a fast game type, and right here, we're just barely trying to keep up with these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, like we have this awesome switching system of us just trying to get the different perspectives, and it's just been absolute carnage in this matchup. Royal 2 dealing with a lot, though, as Naded, on the other hand, he's actually looking to make some noise here over by Top Red. And what's going on your side, Bravo? What do you see presently?
Looks like Naded finally getting taken out. We'll see that flag. Both flags once again back at home, so Golden Boy almost 4 times in a row just now. We saw both flags pulled, right, and both teams are able to get returns. Now, the reason that's happening is neither team has been able to lock down map control. Once a team does that, they'll be able to do things like grab top middle control, grab the camo, grab the side bases. However, these two teams, speak of the devil, Goofy now grabbing that camo, and this might be what VwS needs. He needs to make sure he doesn't die here. It's so important he stays alive with the camo.
Oh, but he is going to get picked off top mid, and, I do want to commend, though, VwS for the help that Goofy was getting, but still just, and again, it wasn't really even his teammate's fault. Goofy just put himself in a position where he exposed himself to the base. Goofy, though, off the respawn is going to find a player near that teleporter, and let's just see if Goofy is going to stay up here because, he knows that there's pressure. No, he is going to get picked, and alternatively on the other side, Snakebite's turn to be featured on stream. Let's see what he's going to do here.
Yeah, Snakebite getting pinched right here. A nice cross mapping there from the VwS side, making sure Snakebite is not a threat in the side base. They know how important it is to lock down that area right now, trying to neutralize that threat. Looks like one player does drop, so the pressure is on STK, but Snakebite answers back with a nice kill on Legit, who is dropping down. Also challenges Goofy, has help, cleans up that kill as well, and they're in good position to potentially grab map control here.
Yeah, and Snakebite looking around, and he, again, you mentioned these side bases all the time. This is basically where you want to be.
My goodness, amazing shot there. Look how many shots he's laying down, all the angles that he can hit, staying alive against Nated right there, engaging 3 separate players. I love what I'm seeing from Snakebite. What we need now from STK is Royal 2, who's in the base right now to get that flagpole.
That player, actually, that Snakebite was tagging has to have an inclination that there's going to be pressure come from behind, and they do. And so they're able to stop at least one, but Royal 2 is still going to be hanging outside of the base. Now it's going to be Snakebite pushing up alongside of him as the flag has been
right
pulled.
Now, what Snakebite is doing is actually blocking the respawn right now. He's making sure no enemy team is spawning in the area where they're running the flag. You want to force the enemy respawn on the other side of the map, and that's what they've done. They might be able to bring this home.
Yeah, now who has the flag presently? It seems like
Royal 2.
It's going to be Royal 2 with the flag. This could be it as the flag's going to
walk
be pulled,
in,
and that's going to do it as STK will take it 4-3 here in game number 1.
And I gotta say, amazing discipline from Snakebite there. Just really nice stuff. As you saw him holding that side base, it looks like Royal 2 was not gonna be able to get a flagpole, right?
Yeah.
But he was patient. He waited inside green base, made sure he locked down that area. Then when you saw Royal 2 run that flag through the green area, they forced the respawn yellow. That's textbook Warlord flag.
Brilliant stuff there, and now VwS has, a lot in front of him with lockdown, but I definitely do think that VwS could come out on top in this lockdown matchup, strictly because you get that sniper, in Nated's hands, even Legit's hands. I mean, they can cause a lot of problems.
Right.
Or excuse me, not Legit, but just causing problems in general is what I'm looking for Legit to do, as well as Goofy. That's kind of been what we saw from them at PAX Prime. Nated has to slay his heart away.
Yep.
On the other side, though, you got STK. That they're feeling great after that one, because Snakebite, and you mentioned it, you said Snakebite and Royal 2 are going to be your guys to take note of, and Snakebite definitely proved that there. He was, again, you said the word discipline. That's very true. He hung out right by the side base. He was just putting shots down on nearly everyone, and it was showing there, and that's why STK were able to take this one. Just brilliantly played.
I love what I saw there. Once again, it was also kind of a very similar match that we saw from the first game, right? We saw a rally back at the last second. VwS is able to cap. However, if a team is able to cap in those last seconds, right, it's generally an indicator that the pressure was on their side. They did not have map control, and that's exactly what we saw. And STK able to keep their composure. They play a few minutes into overtime, and they lock down that last flag.
That's right. Definitely was a great game, guys. Now game 2 coming up next. It's going to be Lockdown Team Slayer. Will Nated and the crew be able to answer back, or will STK close this out with 2-0? Find out after the break.